Hello, and welcome back to Take Two with Tiffany and...
No.
Really? Oh my gosh, y'all. He's being so extra today. Really?
I just got scolded.
He did not get scolded.
I got scolded like a child.
He didn't... Are you mad now, baby?
Big man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Wow. He's just mad because I asked him to be quiet during the intro music. I don't think that's too much to ask for. But anywho, we're back again. And unfortunately, it's not my week because when it was my week, I effed up again, y'all. So we've had to come up with a new system because every time I seem to record the podcast, it gets messed up. And it was so good, too.
It was a really good one.
And it wasn't, without going into a long, drawn-out explanation, it wasn't recording what we were saying. We were having some technical difficulties.
On set.
And I'm a little upset about that because, once again, it was my topic and it was a good one. Mm-hmm. And it was actually a really good show. And I have nothing to show for it. But before we get into our topic for today, I kind of want to go over what we were talking about in the last episode. As far as like the listeners, and I was discussing with Aaron because he doesn't see all the statistics and stuff as far as like how many people are downloading our podcasts and the comments and things that people leave.
Yes.
So I was telling him that the statistics have been like really good. Like our stats have been booming. People have been leaving comments saying they really like our podcast. I was telling him that somebody left a comment and said that we were an ordinary couple with extraordinary personalities, and I thought that was really cool. So shout out to that person.
Big love.
And then we also mentioned really quickly my boss who listens to our podcast. So I was telling Terrence, shout out to him. And I think I brought that up because Aaron over here probably said something sexual, and I was like, babe, like my boss listens to this, but that's what we are, unfiltered and off the cuff.
And when I meet Steve, then I'm act the same way in front of him that I do in the podcast.
Who's Steve?
Your boss.
His name is Terrence. I'm so sorry. See, this is why, oh my God.
Dag.
I'm going to be fired come tomorrow.
Hey, he's not my boss. I don't know the man.
Okay, let's move on. Sorry, Terrence.
Terrence.
He really is a great guy.
I'm a great guy. I'm not good with names.
Yeah. Blame it to his head, not his heart, because he's not good with names and he has a hard time remembering short-term things.
I have a short-term memory disability thing, babe. It's a medical condition.
I know. That's what I said. I understand.
I'm like Dory, kind of. Not so much like Dory. Not that bad.
All right, so I mean, I've never seen that movie, so.
You've never seen Finding Nemo?
No, never.
Babe. Oh my God. So
I've never seen it. Sorry.
Next date night we have, I'll just bring them over. I'll bring a couple of them over.
Okay.
So it's my go today.
Yes. Since my turn got messed up.
Yes. So.
But next week I'll be back stronger than ever.
Mm-hmm. Show yourself strong.
Like Wakanda forever. I can't. Go ahead.
So I got a topic. I got two topics. But one of them is brief and one of them is actually like a little more detailed. And seeing as we spent 5 minutes and 10 seconds giving big love to people who've been showing us big love and explaining my mental retardation to the general population.
I can't.
Then, okay, here's my topic. Ready?
Ready.
If you and your partner could make 3 rules.
Ooh,
three. Ass.
I can't.
Rules.
Okay, stop.
So if you could make 3 rules to being in a successful relationship with yourself. So in other words, if you could hand me a piece of paper and say, babe, if you want this relationship with me to thrive, you need to follow these 3 separate rules, 3 single rules, whatever. Right? So and not the 10 commandments. What are the 3 commandments to making our relationship successful?
Am I going first?
Yes.
Okay. Commandment number 1. Thou shalt not lie.
Ooh, that's it. I knew that about you, but go ahead.
Commandment number 2.
Yes.
Thou shalt show me attention.
Leo.
Commandment number 3. Thou shalt always have my back. And that's all I need in this life of sin is me and my boyfriend.
I can't. When can I be... We'll get into that in a future podcast. When can I be more than boyfriend? When I touch you. What does it make you say?
When Aaron touches me, it makes me go...
Play back.
So that's the sound that I make when...
When I touch you.
When you touch me, baby.
That's it. I think those are all good things. I think I definitely already knew the first 2 about you. The third one I knew about you, but I didn't know it was that important. But now that I know. 3 commandments for a successful relationship with Aaron. Feels good.
I can't.
3 rules. Communication is key. And these are in no specific order. But communication with me is key. Work with me financially. If we have a common goal, which is to survive and thrive, don't spend all your money on Amazon Prime when I'm trying to get bills paid.
I'm going to have to hide the packages, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to hide my package deep inside you.
Oh, my God. Well, there's a reason why this podcast has an explicit rating.
What? Do these things have ratings?
Yes.
Are you
ours
serious?
is marked explicit because you don't know how to act.
Who did you mark it explicit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought someone else was like marking it for us. I'm not that bad.
Continue on.
What were we talking about now?
Your 3 commandments. Did you get through all 3 or you just did 2?
There I go. I'm Dorian out again. Communicate with me. If we don't communicate, I think that's with any relationship. Communication is key. Communication, work with me financially, and respect me. I think I'm like, that's one of the biggest things is like, throughout my life, so many people have taken advantage of me, tried to boss me around, or take advantage of me in some way, shape, or form. So I'm like super sensitive to how people treat me, how people talk to me, stuff like that. So, yeah, I think that's it.
That's all? That's it? That's all?
That's it. That's all. I was going to put something in here about the frequency of lovemaking, but fortunately I'm talented and gifted for more than one reason.
So Aaron is feeling some type of way today. So please excuse him. Aaron needs some loving. It's okay, baby.
Amen.
Well, I think I probably knew those, that those would be your commandments.
Amen.
Just because I know you're big on respect and, You're big about your finances and making sure that, you keep good credit. And
that's that Capricorn.
That's that Capricorn in him. That's his white side.
Oh.
And so I think I kind of knew that already. But I'm glad that you reiterated.
Mm-hmm.
So with those commandments being said,
yes,
how do you think we fare?
Yeah, I think we're in good shape. I think you can have a tendency to not get excited, but you have a tendency to get frustrated quickly. But at the same time, well, I don't know. Both of us have a tendency to get, like, stuff that frustrates me and really grinds my gears, really doesn't get under your skin like it does mine. And then things that frustrate you, like traffic or how people are moving, like, it really sends you to a whole nother limit.
He saw that firsthand yesterday.
And
for the first time.
Yeah. So, I don't, as long as we both remember that, one, we love each other so very much, and two, we hate when there's, like, static between us, then typically we do whatever we have to do to throw a dryer sheet in a situation and get that static cleaning out.
Another metaphor. Do you, like, think of these so that you can say on the podcast?
Babe, that's really a God-given gift. I literally, it just came to me.
Just came to
you?
The
Holy Spirit spoke to me and said,
mention dryer sheet.
Dog. Just like a dryer sheet.
The Holy Spirit said dog.
It's me and God's connection. It's a relationship we have.
Okay. So what was your other topic?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
But I thought you said we had two.
There are two, but I'll save it for next podcast.
Oh, okay.
Ancient Chinese secret.
The yellow stuff is not mustard.
It's Big Bird scum.
So
that was a fake laugh.
What, my laugh?
Your laugh. That's a real laugh.
Oh boy.
He's learning me so well.
So well. So was that fake too?
That was not fake.
Oh. So that was a good topic, babe. It was a really good topic. And I don't know if you all were able to check it out. Check it out. Aaron did his own solo mission on the podcast. I don't even know if he looked at that I put it up.
I did, and I listened to it, and I was like, oh my God, this is why I need you in my life. Because without you, I'm like super mischievous. And they should have never given me the internet.
I thought it was hilarious, his little sound bites, and so I had to name it Hello Motherfucker. And so go check it out if you haven't listened to it. It was a good little 5 or 6 minutes. Maybe next time he can make it a little bit longer, but I think he did good, all things considered.
That's what you never say.
I'm just talking about in podcast world, not in sex making, loving world. But anyhow,
amen.
Anything else you want to talk to the people about? I'm trying to think if there was anything that we left out from the podcast that I fucked up. I was literally so mad at myself. You all do not understand.
It doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother him, but he knows how I am about my craft.
Yeah.
And this is what I like to do. So, like, if this is not recording properly, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What?
So, anyway. No, nothing.
What happened?
Nothing happened. I'm just thinking, like, if, so I was really upset because I felt like the flow of our last podcast, like, all of our podcasts flow pretty well because we interact well. So,
right.
Like, we just bounce off of each other.
And I think that's the great thing about our podcast. It literally puts the listener in the room with us as we're having this conversation.
Yeah, we play off of each other. So I think it's good. But it was just such a good flow. We had just had dinner. Both of our bellies were full. We,
horny.
Aaron was horny. He mentioned that quite a few times in that podcast. I was like, oh my God, my boss listens to this.
Per usual.
We were both in like a really good mood because we were happy to be around each other, and it was just a really good podcast, and it did not record because of technical difficulties on my part. So now every time before we record, I have to make sure that everything is straight and in accordance so that we don't have this issue anymore, because this is the second time I've done this?
Second time.
But this is our first time podcasting, so you have to kind of navigate your way through the hiccups. But, yeah. So, I think you did good, babe. As always. You always have really good topics.
Thank you.
Mine is more of just like a wing it type thing because I'm supposed to be thinking of stuff during the week and I don't. But I think what we did last week, when it's my turn to do the podcast next week. Sorry, that loud thump was my phone falling. I think I'm going to do the same thing, but just have more questions, because that was really fun to do.
Yeah, let's do it again.
So, yeah, look out for that. Be on the lookout for that.
Look out.
But please continue to subscribe to our podcast. Leave comments. Give us a rating. Just so we can know that you're out there listening and you're loving what you hear. And, yeah, I guess we'll see you guys either sometime during the week or next week.
Do we want people to leave topics that we should talk about?
Definitely. I think that would be a great idea. If anybody... You're so smart, babe. He thinks he's retarded, but he's so smart.
I never said... Well...
Yes, you did.
Never said that in a serious sense. But I joke about my mental illness all the time.
If you have a comment...
They say the slow ones are...
the frisky ones?
Yeah, we like to reproduce.
If you have a comment that you would like... if you have a topic that you would like us to go over, please leave it in the comments. Or you can contact the email, which is tiffany@holdthemayo.com. Hold the Mayo has 2 D's, so it's HOLDDTHEMAYO.com. And let us know. And we'd be more than happy to make that a part of our adventure. So, thanks for listening, guys and gals. And we'll see you next time on Take 2. Say bye, babe.
Bye-bye, baby.
Bye.